Hello? Can y'all hear me? Oh shit, I'm over here thinking I'm on mute anyway. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Look, I don't want to hear no shit tomorrow. I came live. Y'all know I don't do announcements. I just show the fuck up because that's what I do. I just show the fuck up. So hey Momo, hey back girl. Okay, good, good. Girl, I seen that on Instagram and I was like, let me screenshot this because I gotta show my bad girl. I got I, I gotta show my 504 auntie this because why does Seth Rollins look like he about to audition for Temptations? Why he look like he finna tell us it was a cold day in December? Wait. Is it December or September? I think this the song says it was a cold day in September when his daddy passed away. If I'm not mistaken, it does say it was a cold day in September. Anyway, I don't have no plans. I am just here to ramble and talk and do what I do best. Y'all know at this time I be watching my old TV. Oh, y'all, do y'all have for your cable network? Do y'all have the Lifetime got the Lifetime Murder and Mystery? Maybe for the past week, because I get off work really late. I've been having the time of my life when I get home, get off from work. I get my little food. I be in my house chilling. So I've been watching Murder She Wrote, and I've been watching Matlock. Did y'all know that the team that Matlock used was the same team from Texas Ranger? Did y'all know that? I did not know. It's the same black man, it's the same little white lady. And I just want to say that Angela Talsbury and Matlock is the two most nosy, salt and pepper, I ain't never scared, bowdy white folks on TV. Because it's a lot of times that Angela should have been scared going to some places, but she was going to investigate. And do y'all know that when she was in investigation, she didn't have no pistol on her? She ain't got no pistol. She ain't got no backup. It's just her and whatever good old leather purse she got for the day. So, okay, so it was the 3rd of September. I knew I wasn't too far off. He out there looking like it was the 3rd of September because his papa was a Rolling Stone. Matter of fact, I should do it live because I want to know if my family is not the only family that had a grandpa that had two families. And I was arguing with somebody earlier on TikTok because I made the comment that during like the 30s, maybe up to the 80s, it was very common for your grandpa to have two families. And I kind of feel like if your grandpa didn't have two families and he didn't raise two families, was your grandpa even grandpaing? I found out my grandpa had two families. I ain't gonna put all my business out there, but I found out my grandpa had a family in the States and my grandpa had a family in Hades. So little backstory, not too much, but little, but that's the Momo. Yes, it is. That is Momo. I know you don't want to believe it, but that is common. That is common in the black community between I'm being real like lingy when I say the 30s, but to the 30s and the 80s, it was really common for your grandpa to have two families, especially if you Southern, especially if you Southern. Watch, I'm gonna do a poll. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do a poll on Facebook because Facebook is more open to the T. I'm gonna do a poll. Matter of fact, no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna bring nobody up from my family because them them African Americans don't know how to act. They ain't finna embarrass me. So y'all gonna sit here and make me be the only person that grandpa had two families? Well, okay with y'all and y'all loyal grandpa. My grandpa had two families. I ain't ashamed of it, goddamn it. I am not ashamed. We found out when my grandpa passed, he had a whole other set of kids, and they came to the funeral, and we looked at them like, "Don't start none, won't be none." So at the funeral home, we was divided. So you had the offsprings by my grandma, right? They was over by like the door or whatever, and then the other side of the family was with his side of the family from from Texas. They was in the far part of the parking lot, and I'm like, why is everybody so divided? And that's when my older brother was like, oh, well, um, Pawpaw's other kids came, and I said, Pawpaw don't have no other kids. I am literally that type of grandchild and type of child where don't tell me my grandpa or daddy got some other kids because I'm a full out denial of them. Like, ain't other kids. It's us, we're the only family. I know what I'm talking about. They don't exist. So I was at the service cutting up on top of me trying to pass everybody airplane shots. Uh, I was on one that day. I was on one that day. I was really on one that day. Y'all can be in denial all y'all want. It's really people out here with grandpas that have two families. With Hispanics family, they say the baby was the milkman. Okay, so okay, yeah. So we say that in our community, and that's normally when everybody is of a darker hue, and then you get a lot, and then you get a random light bright. We refer to that as the milkman's baby, but in my family, we are rainbow. So I don't think we have anybody to call the milkman's baby because we are a rainbow. Like we got our gingers, we got our freckles, we got the whole entire color wheel for black folks. We got from the fair to high yellow all the way down to like the chocolate, the dark, rich chocolate people. I don't know why you're acting so clueless of people not having two families. It's common. You know what? I'm gonna do a poll. I'm gonna do a poll tomorrow on my wall because it's common. People, grandpa got two families. Let me tell you this. This is how you know if your papa had two families. If your papa went to Nam and he went to and before he left to go to Vietnam, he had one girl, and when he came back, he had somebody different. That's how you know that man got two families. I'm just trying to help y'all. I'm trying to help y'all out. Trying to give y'all the tea. It is not BS, Momo. It happens. It happens. It happens. People got two families. I want to say it's more of a, I hate to say this, I want to say it's more of a Southern thing, especially when it comes to like Vietnam. Vietnam, I want to say World War II. I just found out last night that they did a whole news story about it. They did, girl. Give me the tea. Did somebody got two daddies, two grandpas? Did somebody have an uncle that? Oh, y'all. Before I tell y'all, I gotta ask I gotta ask my mama first because I found out that some people in my family watch my YouTube page. I don't know how they found my page, y'all. Y'all, they found my page. I gotta ask my mama if it's okay to tell it. I just found out that one of my great uncles is Uncle Daddy. And you already know in the group chat I was cutting. You already know I was cutting up. He's Uncle Daddy. I can tell y'all a little bit, but I gotta make sure I gotta ask my mama first to make sure she'll tell the story. So I just found out. Oh, so y'all elite, y'all bourgeois elite. Let me find out that y'all live on. Let me find out that y'all live in the French quarters too. Let me find out. Let me find out. Let me find out. So I just found out that one of my great uncles is an uncle daddy, where he's an uncle daddy. So there's a possibility that he's one of the nephews, daddy, but they call him uncle. He uncle daddy. So I got to before I tell y'all the story that I found out, I gotta ask my mama make sure she's okay with me telling it. Because sometimes she be finding my channel. She like, why you say that? Don't be telling folks our business. I be trying to tell her they don't know us like that, so I could say it, but let me just make sure. Because she be doing the most. So I gotta make sure she's okay with me telling y'all the story of how we found out that my one of my great uncles was an uncle daddy. And then you got me in the group chat using movie using movie and TV show references. So they telling us the story that they found out, and then I have a whole side conversation going on because I made a handful of my cousins watch Lovecraft with me, right? So we in the family chat having a whole side conversation talking about Tick and his uncle and daddy. So, whoa, 504 girl, you got to come through. You got to tell us. I want to hear it. Like, I want to hear how did y'all find out? What is in the paper? Did they take a good picture of y'all? Was it an old picture? Because I ain't gonna lie, I love to see old family pictures. Ooh, I love to see my family. I love to see old family pictures, especially when they was in like the 1950s and they was in them suits with that part, with that little split and that hair slicked back with that pomade. Ooh, I love to see pictures like that. I even got a picture. I want to say it's my big mama. Yeah, it's my big mama. And it was taken, I want to say it was taken in like the 1930s. You know how like back then the pictures, like the background was like that weird brown color. So the whole family, we got pictures of her in that. And then I got a later picture of her in the 1950s, and it's in black and white. And then I do have a picture of her in color. And then my mom got mad because I was like, y'all catfish me because in color I could see what she really looked like, and I feel like I was catfish. And I have so many questions now because of her skin tone. But anyway, I want to tell y'all. Oh, do y'all watch? Maybe y'all do watch. Oh my God, that 504, the 1860s. I know he was sharp. I know he was in that suit and that hair was, I know he was smooth. I know he was smooth. But y'all, I gotta tell y'all, let's look. So since I ain't got no rhyme or reason for this live, I'm gonna tell y'all everything that I seen this week on social media. Okay, let's look. So let's start with Bernae and Tim. Bernae still owe Akira. Now we at $2 million. She still owe Devin, her ex-husband, who is Tim's cousin. Girl, it's messy. It's messy. She still owed Tim some money. Not Tim, she still owed Devin some money. Because the whole entire time that she became like social media famous, Devin was paying all the bills and she was bringing home about $40,000 a month, and she was lying to him and she was not telling him how much money he had because she was hiding her money because she was giving money to her family and she was giving Tim money. So Devin, so if y'all may not know, Akira, who was Tim's ex-wife, she sued Bernae for alienation of affection because they're in the Carolinas. FY. Okay, so look. Let me tell you. Bernae is this TikToker, Instagrammer, Snapchatper, and she got real famous because she got oversized big old T.O. bitties, and she basically scammed her followers through a GoFundMe because she had them donate because she said she was going to Dr. Miami to get them big old cow tits taken off, and she basically scammed them. And her content was her eating because she eats like a whale, and she was known for having junk nails. She wears like a lot of bracelets, so it's always that cling cling sound. She does like SMR when she eats. She sounds like a hippo when she eats. And so basically, she basically cheated on her then husband with his cousin, but she befriended the cousin's wife to get close to them. And she kept trying to like deny it and camouflage it to say that her now husband Tim was her manager, but it wasn't. She lied to Tim's then wife Akira and said that she needed to move in with them because Bernae's then husband Devin was being domestic, was like hitting her and stuff. Come to find out that was a lie. And basically, yeah. And then the sad thing about it, because Bernae does social media, Bernae basically documented the whole entire affair. Momo, Momo, are you on TikTok? If you on TikTok, let me know, and then when I'll try to send you some pages so you can follow, because girl, I know you nosy, and I wish that I would have had enough brain power at the time because Momo, we would have ran the numbers up with the girls. Because let me tell you this, it was this group on TikTok, right? And it was called like Boots on the Ground, and they was like involved in it. But let me just say this: when you are a content creator and you are researching and you are following stories and you are bringing the news and you feeding the girls, don't let your ego and your messiness get involved more than the story. Because the girls that was on boots on the ground and they was going to the court dates and they was just following the whole entire court and they was, I mean, they was feeding us, but they was letting their ego and their stuff get too involved and they end up turning on themselves. And then one of the girls that was covering the case, her old messy ass ended up going on a date with Devin and then coming online and bragging about it. I'm like, baby, you must be here for the plot, not the plot twist. What are we doing here? Y'all made all this money to turn on each other. And y'all didn't make no money. Y'all made a couple thousand from content views. That's it. A couple thousand. Child. And then I was laughing on TikTok in the comments because I'm sitting here like I thought YouTube was bad with this doxing. Maybe they didn't dox y'all down to y'all damn credit scores. Talking about being humble real quick. But anyway, so Brene had to pay $40,000 to basically it, it was a debt. So the actual ruling on the court case was $1.2 million. $1.2 million over a man with wide birthing hips and no money, baby. I think not. I think not. I could never, never. But the original ruling was 1.2, but they started playing games. So then they had a garnishment or something where she basically had to pay $40,000 to the courts to basically guarantee. Oh, it was called like a guarantee or something that she paid $40,000 to the courts for them to hold it. So once they went through her records, see what she had, see what everything was valued at, they was going to hold that. And then once she started paying like her fees and stuff, they was going to release it and it was going to take away from the debt. Baby, she didn't do that. So now they're saying that her and Timmy with the hips is on the run. And they're staring Airbnbs because they keep spending money and they're not paying their court fees. And basically, Brene finna have everything garnished and taken, repo immediately. House, car, nipples, pets, everything. Because baby, you owe Akira now with all the court fees and interest, baby, you owe 2 million. You owe $2 million. And then they said Tippy with the hips is like behind in child support by 20 G's because him and Akira got kids. And then he mad because Akira, and which I say this is Akira's business. In the midst of everything going on, she started dating and she got pregnant. That's her business. And people like, oh well, she moved on. She had a baby. She's pregnant. She's engaged. So what, baby? A debt is a debt. Momo, they are young. They are like barely 30. They are young. And I feel so bad because after they had the initial court case, and they were in Durham, you know me. I'm on the Carolinas. Baby, towns are small, folks gonna talk. People go spill tea. You have the church folks spilling tea on them and they mess. So they went and they done the Tamara Hall show. They done the Tamara Hall show. They done Dr. Phil, and it was like y'all lying as if people was not following this in real time, getting the tea. Like you got Tim talking, oh, I just moved in her for convenience, and then one day after we stopped doing the Holy Bible vertical dance, I came in the room and she was on her head with her legs up in the air, and I thought that was weird. Side note for y'all, for women that don't know, after you get done doing the holy vertical dance, if you lay on your back with your hands, if you lay on your back with your legs in the air, like vertical to the wall, it's supposed to help the man's DNA go down to your cervix and help you get pregnant. That's and basically he was saying that she was up in there on a handstand trying to get pregnant. She was trying to get pregnant, but she was your wife and had two of your babies. Paid for you to go through college to get a degree because you thought you was finna go pro. Baby, you can't go pro with wide hips and you slow with all that booty. It ain't gonna work. So then I guess the whole thing was that she was gonna help him get put through school. And then after he get his degree and stuff and get out, she was gonna go to school and she was gonna finish her degree for nursing and stuff. Baby, he got out and the deal was not the deal. He was like, oh, you still gotta pay half, whatever. We end up finding out from interviews that Akira did that she ended up losing her dream job because you had Timmy with the hips and Brene and her family. They was all on they was online, basically online, talking about the girl's mental health, after she had her kids. And one thing people don't understand is that when you have jobs and you go for jobs in the real world, even if you're on social media, you still have a life after social media. That these businesses and these companies actually Google you to find out who you are and what you are and stuff like that. So basically, they looked her up. They seen all the shenanigans tied to her name, tied to Hit Me With the Hips and Burn Nasty, and she ended up losing out on a good job. I mean, she still got a good job, but still, like as a like woman, you know how it is when you about to get your dream job, your job that you went to school for, your job that you hustle, did what you had to do for, and you basically lost your job because your ex-husband wanted to come out and talk about something you was in the room on your head trying to get pregnant and they question your mental state, which I think it is diabolical and disgusting to push a mental status on a woman that just had a baby. I'm sorry, at the time, Akira, or during all this, Akira suffered a miscarriage. And if she would have had a successful pregnancy, she would have had three babies by him. So I think it's kind of messed up that y'all went there and dragged that girl's name through the mud and she had just had a miscarriage. While you all over town on TikTok and Snapchat eating Chipotle with Burn Nasty. Child is trifling as hell. As hell. But if y'all want, let me know and I will go do my research. I will drop some shorts, drop some links, and we can really get a tea about Bernassi and them because I think that's just diabolical. The fact that you making 30, $40, I'm sorry, 30, $40,000 a month from social media is crazy. Like, did you pay? Oh, and then a little birdie said that Brene didn't even pay taxes. So when the court did the audit and they found out how much money she was making and that she didn't pay taxes, baby, they called the I, the R, and the S on her ass. I said, "Ooh, child, you might gotta sell your nipples to get out this debt." What else I seen on social media? Okay, y'all. So look, do y'all know how people be doing the content right where they do like the food? Like the food videos. Okay, let me be the first to say this. I do not like couple food videos. And the reason why I don't like couple food videos because I think they're weird. Or maybe the people that I have been coming across, I think they're weird. And I think there is some type of mental disorder that has not quite been classified because all I've been seeing is overly greedy men. Like it's one couple, they're on I've seen them all the time on Facebook. The husband's name is Don and the wife goes by D. And I'm gonna try to see if TikTok has their clips so I could like clip it and then like show you guys. When I say this man overly eats, he when he bites, he's not even chewing his food. It's like he bites and he swallows his food. He scarfs down his food and then he looks at his wife with this weird little grin and then he feels like she should give him her food. Then I know one that got real attraction on Facebook is when his wife made a pot roast and mashed potatoes, and his old weird looking thick glasses ass ate the whole entire fucking pot roast. He ate the whole pot roast. And then basically when his wife confronted him, he was like, "Oh, I didn't know that didn't nobody eat. Didn't nobody eat? I didn't see that. I didn't see him eat like okay, who came in here? Hey Leslie girl, how you doing, boo boo? What did Patchy say? Look, Patchy, if it's one thing I learned from celebrities, baby, pay your taxes. You gotta pay your taxes. You gotta pay your taxes, baby. So it was another one I seen where they had like pizza. You know how like you go to like Little Caesars, whatever, and they got like pizzas. This man had three Little Caesars pizzas, some cheesy bread, the little cheesy puff, little mini pizzas, and some hot wings. And he was literally eating everything. Like he literally ate everything, damn near everything. And then it was like when he was eating the chicken wings, he wasn't even eating all the meat. He would take two bites and just throw them to the side. First of all, that's wasted chicken wings. That is the you eat everything off the wing. That's a no go. And then what made it even more crazy is that I found out they got four kids. They got four kids, bro. They got 4 kids. And then he's eating like that. So I thought, like, okay, well, maybe they're just trolling us. No, 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 no. I went to the Facebook page and older videos from when they first started, their videos came out. And I'm like, no, like he really eats like that. He really eats everything. Like they had a clip where they had all 4 kids sitting at the table, him and her, and he wanted them to have a race of who could eat their food first. I think they had like a burger and fries from McDonald's. He literally scarfed down his food and his fries and then was trying to convince their children to give them his food. Then I seen another one where they had all went to McDonald's to get food, and he basically told the kids they had to pay a parent's tax and give him a bite of their hash brown. He literally bit half the hash brown. I was like, this is not no longer a prank. Like this is more than a prank. It's more than social media. Like, why are you eating like this? And then I seen where he was like responding to some comments, and he was like, "Yeah, if you guys think this is real, then okay, think it's real. I don't care. I do this for a check." He was saying something about how he is an opportunist, and if he see a way to make some money, he gonna make some money. And I'm sitting there like, it's no way. Like I was sitting there like, I get what he's saying, I see what he's doing, but it's no way. I believe it's true. Like I really believe he's literally eating all the food in the house. Just by his actions alone and the way he was acting and the way he was just engaged and looking like, no, like your fat ass is really eating all this food. Like he really eats like one of them people on 600 pound life. Like, nigga, why is you eating like this? And not just that, you eating food and you're taking away from your children. So he was like, y'all never seen my kids. Y'all don't know if my kids eat or not. Bro, if you could sit up in one sitting and eat 2 boxes of Frosted Flakes, 2 boxes of Frosted Flakes, 4 boxes, a whole gallon of milk. You can't make me believe that you're not eating your baby's food. If you got all these videos of you coming downstairs and you going in the pot and you eating, you can't make me believe you ate a whole entire pot roast. Sir, you are sinning at this point. You are sinning at this point. No other way around it. No way of you getting smart. You getting smart. And then oh my God, his wife always looks irritated. She always looks annoyed. She always get mad, and she'd be like, "I be telling you about this greediness. You so greedy. You this. I didn't told you to stop doing this stuff." There comes to a point where I get it. They say it's a skit, but nah. Like I said, this shit ain't no skit. It ain't no skit because you doing too like you doing way too much. Then I see one where I guess they had like some pasta and like some steak. I think they had like a surf and turf night, and then they had like some pasta with it. And he ate 2 steaks, and I don't mean like a ribeye. I mean, so for starters, do y'all know what a pork steak is? Like, are y'all that country that y'all know what like a pork steak is and the size of a pork steak? So normally when you go buy a pork steaks have 3 steaks in it. These pork steaks are really big. And it looked like she made 4 pork steaks. So he took 2 pork steaks, half his plate was full of pasta, and then he ate 4 lobster tails. There was another plate where it looked like his wife had fried like a family pack of wings and made like some mac and cheese with it. He had a whole entire plate of mac and cheese. Then he had all the wings. So when his wife came downstairs, she was like, "Where's the food?" And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know that didn't nobody eat." And she was like, "What you mean you didn't know nobody ate?" He was like, "Well, I thought this is um all for me, all for you, bro." 4 lobster tails. Like, come on, bro. So if I come across their videos and I'm able to stitch it, Toya, girl, look, 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 look. Let me tell you, let me tell you, let me tell you. If that would have been me and I had a man in my house that was taking food out of my children's mouth because he hungry and he feel like because he the man, he got to eat so much. Let me just say, I would have made him some brownies. And I guarantee he would have never overate ever again because that's ridiculous. And then I thought it was just Facebook. I go on TikTok, they the same way on TikTok. You got these couples where these girls like see they boyfriend or they husband or their fiance eating, and they got the same thing, and the girl want her food and his food. And I'm like, girl, like what's wrong with y'all? Eat y'all. Didn't they mamas tell them to eat their own goddamn food? I know mama did. And I was greedy. My mom be like, eat your food. Eat no, eat your food. Just God. I've been learning about all these new streamers on Twitch and Kick, and they just annoyed me. Then for some reason that girl that was crying in a wedding dress, her Michelin arms having ass keep popping up on my damn timeline. And now she got a TV show where I don't know if it's real, I don't know if it's fake, where she got a TV show where she's going on other dates with men to find out if she's still married. And only thing I can say is that I don't find it funny. I don't find it cute. If it get her money, get her money. I just know that folks over in Houston is jacking her for filth. I think one of my neighbors got a rooster or something. Did y'all hear like some clucking or some weird animal sounds? That's them. I don't child. No. What else I seen? Girl, I don't know what all I seen. I've been trying to be not focused on the beef sector so I could give y'all some non-biased views on other stuff. But yeah, that's all. I have been thinking about doing like a weekly show where I just take track of everything I seen on social media. And I think I'm gonna call it Hazel's weekly social media. Yeah, I'm gonna call it Hazel's weekly social media report. Now I'm just come tell y'all, oh, I knew it was something I didn't talk to y'all about. So how many of y'all was watching the Dia Whisper case, right? Babe, Lord Jesus. Oh my God. Y'all. Let me find out. Uncle Rooster in the neighborhood. The Dia Whisperer got, I want to say they said he got 8 years with a couple months already served. Um, I posted a video in a short of one of the guys that was a part of the case reading his charges. And let me just tell y'all that. Let me just say this in all realness. Y'all have to be careful with social media because there's a life after social media, and everybody's not here for the gags, and everybody's not here for the gags and the kikis, and I'm just having a good time. No, 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 no. He got out of jail. I did see a video where they was like he got out of jail for the time being, but he has some very serious stipulations. Like he cannot even breathe in Maddie or Maddie's family direction, which I think is 110% right because you targeted her. And not only that, you went to that lady's house on live trying to create hysteria. And then I did see where a bunch of people that was like making videos on TikTok supporting him with so much to say. And it's like, no, 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 no. Once you take the beef offline and you go to somebody's house, you have now crossed lines. And I think a lot of times when it comes to social media, people cross lines they shouldn't cross and stuff turns dangerous. like extremely dangerous. And this situation is dangerous because why would you take your ass to somebody's house? Like, let's be real. Yeah, Momo. He caught himself doing a video where he was going to Maddie's house. And as me, I have been following Maddie since like day one. And the first house that Maddie had that she called the Chateau. That's back when Maddie used to do lunchtime lives. And that's when Maddie used to come on live and get ready for shows. So like that was way back before Queen Supreme. Hey River. Like that was like way, way back where she would come live and she would have lunchtime and she would go get lunch. And I remember that she was really big on condiments. Like she wanted her dressing, she wanted extra stuff. Like she used to go live and have lunch with us and stuff like that. But that house they are using for, I want to say they're using it to be a safe house for people in the community. I don't know too much about it, but I will try to get more info about it. So Maddie has another house in Atlanta. And the house she has in Atlanta is in a cul-de-sac. Like she's in the middle of a cul-de-sac. But for her cul-de-sac, they have a planter bed in the middle of it, so you just can't drive straight up to Maddie's house. And he actually done a video where he actually drove the cul-de-sac and drove the whole circle, and he basically passed her house on live. And then Maddie went live and she showed the ring doorbell footage and basically told him next time you come to my house, come to the door. So I know that that was used in court. And then he leaked her address. I think I'm not sure, but I think he said he linked her mom's address in Florida because we didn't know anything about Maddie's mom and little. I think she has one brother or maybe two brothers. Maddie's mom and brothers are still in Florida. She leaked their address. Like he leaked their address. Like that's not cool. And then he also linked some stuff about Dominique Morgan. Don't get me wrong, I love Dominique Morgan, but I was not here for the scamming and the fraud she did against her own foundation. I do not like that. Girl, get it together. And there was another person that I had posted where he spoke out negatively about him and tried to start rumors. And I'm sitting here like everybody wants to be famous, but being famous has a cost. It has a cost, and you have to be careful. So now he's on probation. And a part of his probation consists of how he could operate himself on social media. So we'll see how that goes. Maddie's mom she goes back and forth. Sometimes Miss Mary is in Atlanta. Sometimes Miss Mary is in Florida. She goes back and forth. But one story we gonna definitely, speaking of Atlanta, hot Atlanta, one thing we gonna definitely stay tuned, baby. We finna track this Rashida and 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 Kirk divorce. Cause let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I don't know how Rashida done it. I don't know how she done it. I'm an Aries. I have a temper. I have a. I I could literally say when I was in my early 20s, I had a I had a very bad temper. I ain't gonna tell you what I used to do. Girl, they said Rashida would have filed for divorce. Oh my gosh. They said if Rashida would have filed for divorce. She got that paperwork together and we gonna see what happened. Because as long as Rashida been out in the music industry, all of her business, everything is in her husband's name. The only thing that's not in her husband's name is that house that they have in Atlanta. So Momo, you already know. Okay, you already know. I go 0 to 100 quick. I think there's even been a few times that y'all have even seen me come live and have gone 0 to 100 real quick. High pitched voice and all. I don't care. If I feel disrespected, if I feel wrong, if I feel somebody can be fucked up, you could hear my mouth and I'm not going to shut up until I say what I have to say. So Rashida filed for divorce. Um, all I have to say is goddamn time. They said that the little trollop hussy, what's her name, Jasmine. They said Jasmine out here with baby number two from Kurt. Child, we gon' dear Heavenly Father in heaven, can you please hold our good sis Rashida in prayer? Can you please open her eyes and let her realize that it's so much more than that bald-headed milk dud man that has used all her money over these years, kept her from going mainstream. Cause we all know we was rocking with Rashida Bubblegum. Lord, please help her to escape the goddamn demon that she married with a bald head, no hairline, no eyebrow man named Kurt. Amen. Amen. Stop telling me shut the fuck up. Leave me alone. Neither know that man got a goddamn bald head. But yeah, they said that that man then had a second baby by Jasmine. You know I did. I used to watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta faithfully. Oh my God, I used to be on it. And I remember when Rashida had got pregnant with what's the last child's name? Carter. I remember she got pregnant when she was with Carter, and Kurt was like, "This ain't his baby." And then after the baby was born, he did a DNA test. And I kid you not, I was watching the show, and the only thing in my mind that I kept thinking about it was I would just take a golf club to his head. I would chase him down their extremely long driveway barefooted with a golf club in my hand, to the point I was so happy when Rashida's mom rode over his bike, because why is you playing right? Like, why is you playing? Why? That's when I knew that maybe the therapist was right and I did have anger issues, because I kept watching the scene like I would just chase this man down barefooted with a golf club. And then also and then also, y'all remember the scene? I think it was like the last previous season where they was in a scene and they was in a park and Jasmine was like, well, I don't know how to tell you, but he's been messaging me and da, 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 and the messages don't be about because her son was Cameron. It's like messages don't be about Cameron and da, da, da. And Rashida was like, well, let me see the messages. And then it was her the messages and they finally gave her the phone and she scratched it and she was reading it. And the baby, the way she got up and was mad, in my mind, I was sitting there like, if she don't get the motherfucking car keys from that goddamn driver in production, give her the car keys and just let her drive straight to the parking lot. Like, come on, man. Like, she needs something. Because she's out here utterly embarrassed. This ain't, you know what? I'm telling you this. The same thing for, no, you know what? I ain't gonna say that. I'm not embarrassed for Yandy and Mendici. Because Yandy knew who she married. I ain't gonna even say that. Yandy knew who she married. She knew who she married. She knew what that man, with that, what that midget man was. She knew who she married. She did. She knew what she. It is certain like love and hip hop people. I just have no sympathy for. I don't feel bad for. I don't feel bad for Yandy because Yandy knew who she married. I don't feel bad for Chrissy because Chrissy got the fuck on from Jim. When Jim didn't want to do what he needed to do, she got the fuck on. I didn't feel bad for Emily because how the fuck you in the class of 10 years with this man? And then I even tried to give her grace because she had two babies. But the fact that that man kicked your front teeth in and cussed out your daddy. And then I was sitting there like, Emily must not have a bald headed daddy. 'Cause let me tell you this. If you got a bald headed daddy and you a daddy's girl, it hit different. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And if you got a bald headed daddy, you already know what it is. Because I got a bald headed black daddy. And trust me, let me tell you this. The child, my daddy don't play. Ooh, Portia irritates my soul. Let me tell you why Portia irritates my soul. Portia irritates my soul for the simple fact that Portia came on TV when we first met her, and she was talking about her grandfather march in the civil rights movement, and she's that goddamn ditzy. It made me mad because Portia knew she was married an older man, and she knew how Cordell moved. And just like Nene told her, you can't have two superstars in one house. So she already knew what it gave, when it gave, how it gave. So I kept giving her passes. Cool, no problem. Then she got with Dennis. I was like, all right, cool. Dennis, a little Atlanta scammer, a little Atlanta businessman, oh heck, whatever. But when she started messing with old girl's husband and old girl's husband divorced her and got with her, I said, oh, she trying to take all the money. But yes, I do believe that the lady, I do believe it's a fake storyline. But wait, think about it like this. She tried to do the Uchi Coochie with Candy, and then she just accused somebody else trying to do the Uchi Coochie with her. So I'm thinking that maybe Portia is not ready to let people know that she like to do the Uchi Coochie with women. Maybe she's hiding her real self. Because word around town in Atlanta, that cat has been getting around. She's been doing the Uchi Coochie, the fa la la with everybody in town. I'm just saying, like, she need to get together. I do not think it's good that she's bringing everybody that she's romantically involved with around her daughter. That is extremely not safe. But did y'all see the scene where Dennis gave her the ring and was like, "Oh, put this up for my daughter," and how she got mad? That's because she. That's because she. Okay, so let me tell y'all my honest opinion. I think she was supposed to marry Simon, get Simon money, do the oochie coochie with Simon, get a baby, and run off on a plug to go back to Dennis. That is that's all I'm saying. But she didn't know that Simon was a Nigerian scammer. All that money he said he has, he ain't got. All the business that he said he had, he ain't got. He a Nigerian scammer. He ran off on the plug twice. That's what you get. She should have been like Cynthia, smart. Cynthia know how to do the play for the underplay. Cynthia got it. Okay, what else I seen in social media? I've been looking at the streamers. I'm gonna have to share it. I want to try to go follow this one streamer. Her name is Jana. She's really sweet. She gives you just, she gives you that niece that just thinks of the world as rainbows and sunshines and kitty cats and puppies. She's really sweet. And she's a really sweet girl. Her content is just so wholesome. I'm gonna go get one of her videos. I'm gonna drop it because I want y'all to follow her. And she be cracking me up. Um Yeah, I know I follow E Kane. I gotta stop following E Kane. I gotta stop because every time E Kane get back with cow, oh my, every time she get back with cow tits, all she do is drink, look ashy, and look crusty. It's some goddamn cow tits. You're not supposed to be with a man with cow tits. Yes, I will. I will share my people, y'all, because I will share my people. I'm gonna really try. I really want to turn my page into like pop culture, just to keep y'all connected with like TikTok and stuff. Because apparently y'all don't watch what I watch. So I want to share that with y'all, and then we're gonna eat some good food. So, but I am at 50 minutes. I think we had a good stream, and I'll come back tomorrow. Talk to y'all. I'm gonna go run these streets, cause chaos, and find out what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. I love you guys. Be safe. And if you're watching this on the replay for the underplay, thank you. If you guys want something for me to look up or talk about, just leave me a note and let me know, and I'll be back. I'm gonna do. Starting today, I'm gonna try to go 7 days straight. I am, And then I'm gonna try to do 30 days straight with content. I'm gonna try to do the whole month of July, 30 days straight for content. I'm so close to having my watch hours. I'm gonna really try to see if I can nail it. So look out for my shorts and my community walls, and then I'll figure out what time I'll be live tomorrow. And yeah, I love you guys and be safe.